Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is December 11th, 2025, and Barcelona are officially the kings of the remontada, and I'm going to tell you why. Also, great news in regards to Gavi, as we now know when he could be back. And finally, Barcelona tracking a Polish wonderkid. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. We'll begin this video with the news that today was the contract renewal ceremony of no other than Eric Garcia, who has officially extended his contract with Barcelona until 2031. Now, as you know, Eric Garcia's contract expired at the end of the season, summer of 2026. Of course, Barcelona had been working on his contract renewal for quite some time, but given the club's finances and financial fair play, this renewal was a little bit on hold, but finally both parties were able to reach an agreement. Not that it was difficult. Eric wanted to stay. The club wanted him to stay per Hansi Flick's request. So both parties finalized their contract agreement. I announced, of course, when this was made official that Eric has extended until 2031. But today was the official ceremony where, of course, Eric Garcia signed that contract. Now, Eric Garcia had the following to say after his contract renewal. He said, it's every player's dream. I'm very happy. It's what I've always dreamt of, and it's coming true. There was a moment when I thought it was best to leave in order to get more playing time and come back stronger. Of course, talking about going to Girona. It's easy to say now, but I think it was the right decision, and I'm happy to stay here 4 more years. 4 more years, not 4 and the number 4, because he's staying actually 5 more years. I had a conversation with Flick, and he made things very clear to me. You can see it on the field, and that's very important when making a decision. Now, of course, Eric Garcia in the last paragraph talking about how Hansi Flick influenced his decision to stay at Barcelona because, as we know, Eric was actually very close to leaving, right? He left on loan with Girona, comes back in the summer. He almost goes to Girona again, but Flick says, no, stay. I want to see you in the preseason. Stays, doesn't really play much because he was having a lot of injury problems. Comes winter transfer market. He was about to leave again. Flick is like, absolutely not. He's staying. He stays. He has a great second half of last season. And of course, this season, he's been absolutely amazing. Playing as a center back, right back, left back, defensive mid, center mid, coach, physiotherapist, doctor, surgeon, you name it. He does it all. Now, Eric Garcia also talked about other things during his ceremony, including the captaincy. You know, they asked him if it was a goal for him to become a captain because he was a captain when he was in the academy. He said that it's not a goal, that it has to come naturally. You know, if they pick him, they pick him. He also talked about, you know, his versatility, how he's most comfortable playing as a fullback, but he'll play in whatever position Flick asks him. And of course, he did have a message for Araujo saying, you know, that they miss him, not just as a player, but also as a person. Anyways, let's move on to that next bit of news because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona are officially the kings of the remontadas, or the kings of comebacks, because as you know, just the other day, Barcelona mounted a comeback against Eintracht Frankfurt, winning 2-1. And Eintracht Frankfurt became the 16th, yes, 16th team to start winning against Barcelona, only to leave defeated since Hansi Flick joined Barcelona. 16 teams started the match by scoring against Barca, only to leave defeated. Now, out of those 16 remontadas, 9 of them were last season. And this season, so far, we have completed 7, which it looks like we're on track to beating yesterday's last season's number, because we're only a third way through and we already have 7. And last season, we had 9. Now, so far, these are the remontadas that Barcelona have been able to complete during this season. We have the 1-3 against Oviedo, the 2-3 against Levante, the 3-5 against Real Betis, 2-1 against Real Sociedad, 3-1 against Alaves, 3-1 against Atletico Madrid. What a match, by the way, that was. And of course, finally, the 2-1 against Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, of course, last season, we also had some pretty incredible remontadas, including the one against Benfica, 5-4, with Rafinha, where he gets the ball. Benfica have a corner kick. Rafinha gets the ball, runs the entire field, and scores. What a screamer of a goal. And, of course, we had three comebacks against Real Madrid including the 5-2 in the Spanish Super Cup final, the 3-2 in the Copa del Rey final, and the 4-3 in El Clásico match, the second El Clásico match, which pretty much sealed the deal for La Liga title. Now, on to that next bit of news, because we have great news, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to one of the hearts of the team. He used to be the only heart of the team. Now we have two, Coutinho and him. But one of the hearts of the team, which is, of course, no other than Gavi. Gavi, who was injured back in September, ended up undergoing surgery on that right knee. This was the same right knee that he injured, of course, last season. And he was out for, or was it last season? No, the season before. I can't even get my timeline straight. But anyways, he had a surgery. He tore an ACL, damaged his meniscus, had a surgery, was out for a year, came back towards the end of last season, or was it beginning of this season? I think it was towards the end of last season. This season, he started out strong, but unfortunately in September, that injury came back. He underwent surgery. He's been out since September. And the good news is that we now know when Gavi will be coming back, or at least potentially coming back. Now, the timeline is for Gavi to finish recovery and return to the pitch. And I don't mean pitch as in playing, but to the training pitch by the middle of February. So February, he should be training on the pitch with the ball at his feet. And hopefully by March, we can see Gavi back in action. Now, right now, Gavi is doing a lot of gym work. He's doing special exercises to strengthen the muscles in his right quadriceps in order to minimize the stress on the right knee. Because again, it's the right knee where he's been injured twice. So by strengthening the muscles can take some of the impact and load away from the knee to help protect the knee. And he's also been working on the flexibility of his joints, because of course, when you have surgery, first, you're not really doing anything. You're just waiting to heal. Then after that, you start doing physical therapy just so you can regain the mobility in that knee. In the meantime, of course, you're losing flexibility. So right now, he's working on regaining that flexibility in his joints and, of course, strengthening his muscles in order to protect that knee. Now, of course, Gavi coming back will be a huge boost, because we've all seen the intensity, the heart, the fight in him when he's on the field. And in fact, the Royal Spanish Football Federation are already tracking the situation of Gavi, because, of course, Luis de la Fuente wants to include Gavi in the World Cup squad. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Barcelona are heavily interested in and have been scouting for quite some time a Polish promising player. Now, this, of course, is as part of Barcelona's efforts to recognize young talent around Europe and try to sign them before their price shoots up through the sky. And well, this guy that we're talking about is no other than Oskar Pietuzewski. I think that's how you say it. If anyone knows Polish, please let me know if that's the correct pronunciation. But Oskar Pietuzewski is a 17-year-old left winger who currently plays at Jagiellonia in the Polish league. He's considered one of the brightest players in Polish football. He is someone that is described as a physical left winger who is very good at direct dribbles and who has an impressive ability to win 1v1 duels. And the cherry on top is that he can adapt to all three positions of the attack. So he's left winger by nature, but could also play on the right or even as a center forward. And reports state that Barcelona have been watching Oskar Pietuzewski for several months. And in fact, Barca scouts have been seen at several Conference League matches where Oskar Pietuzewski was playing in order to gather detailed reports. Now, Barcelona are not the only club to be scouting this player. Of course, we also have Manchester City and, you guessed it, Chelsea, who are also watching Oskar Pietuzewski. But Barcelona are saying that would like to use two cards under the sleeve, whose names are Robert Lewandowski and, of course, Wojciech Szczesny, two legends of Polish football. And Barcelona are hoping that maybe Lewy and Szczesny can help convince Oskar Pietuzewski to join Barcelona instead. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload another video a few moments ago. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, be scarso.